Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tulina and I'm so glad to have you join me here today for this video. God has sent us here for a plan and for a purpose, and at some point we as children of God have to, seek out this plan, have to seek out this purpose for our lives in order to follow it and eventually please God for our lives, because at the end of the day, when we go back to God, we want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant. But how will we please Him? How will we come to that point if we are just going around doing our own thing? There's a booklet that I wrote in 2019. It is titled Light and Insight. It is just a little one-page thing. It basically spoke about not seeing, as in spiritual blindness, being likened to a war zone, where there are so many things flying around and, so many different paths. You're supposed to get somewhere, you're supposed to go into hiding, you're supposed to fight back, but it's like you are blindfolded. That is how so many people are in this world of today. You know that, okay, no, this and this is not fine with me, or this thing, you are probably there's probably sickness, there's probably this and that, but you do not know what is going on. Then we see so many people running around looking for solutions every single way, sometimes even to our own detriment, because you end up in the wrong hands. You end up paying thousands of dollars, but then yet this person does not help you. But God can surely help us. And I believe that if we continue to seek God, to open our eyes, to open our ears, He will help us. Hi guys, I just want to elaborate a bit more on the topic at hand because I feel like the video was a bit incomplete. So I don't really want to go into the topic of hearing and seeing, but I want to speak rather about gaining insight into spiritual realities, because so many times as believers, we may be in a time where you are here fighting battles, but you just wished you could have a little more insight into what was going on, because it feels like you are hitting against the wall, or like, you don't know what is going on. So what does Apostle Paul tell us concerning insight into spiritual realities? In Ephesians 1:17, Paul prays that new believers may have the spirit of wisdom and revelation, that they may know God better. In other words, to have a deep, personal, and intimate insight into the knowledge of God. What advantage does this then serve us? The Lord is our light and our salvation. That is what Psalm 27 verse 1 tells us. And in His light, we also see light. Meaning without Him, utter darkness and spiritual forces of evil have the upper hand over us. So in an area where you do not have God, automatically darkness has the upper hand. But as soon as the word of God comes in and it becomes your experience, you have the upper hand over darkness. So growing in the insight of God causes us to know our true source of power with an assurance of victory, as His word alters our mind, our lives, our situation. His word basically becomes flesh as we make it our own. It becomes our experience. Furthermore, we also know that darkness cannot overcome the light. So you will have victory, because the word of God Himself assures us victory. So just in case you have wished for, to see what is going on, you instead of running to place, from place to place, asking what is going on and all of these things, in order to have a greater insight into the situation or the greater insight into evil or whatnot, just know that we have exceedingly greater light to receive and to experience. This is the word of God because it shines light into every situation. So I hope you are blessed by this. From me to Lena, it's goodbye.